Hello there. So I am needing a site, and Amazon Web Services offers free site hosting. Now, I don't know how to connect everything and get it basically from nothing to where I can just go into WordPress and start playing around. So Paul is here today to show us how to do that.
Absolutely. So Amazon Web Services, you can sign up for an account for free, and there's a free tier to some of their services. And in this case, we just need a basic WordPress site, and you can totally run that on the free tier. And really, you should be able to keep it for free for most of the site, unless you really have a lot of data-heavy stuff on the back end or whatnot. And even then, because we're going to show you how to use WordPress, it's very easy to export off of Amazon and go wherever else you need for different hosting.
Awesome. So now, what kind of people or like organizations would this be best used for?
So anybody that needs a basic WordPress site. So if you were like a band or a venue or a speaker or something like that, a nonprofit, you can use this.
Awesome.
Again, just a basic WordPress site. If you need it, this will work for you.
Cool. So now, before we start the video, I think it's probably fair to say that we've done a little bit of work to get to this point of where we're going to start, where we have created the Amazon Web Services account, which to get it, actually be able to sign into the dashboard, I believe can take up to 24 hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we didn't want to do a video for that, so just go to aws.amazon.com and go ahead and create your account. And once you can get logged in and you've confirmed your account and all that jazz, you'll be good. You will have to put a credit card on file. What we're going to show you is going to be on the free tier. So again, you shouldn't be getting billed. Don't make the same mistake I did. We're going to show you how to spin up your own little private server to host your WordPress site. If you spin up multiple servers on the same account, that's when you're going to get billed. So don't make the same mistake I did. Just make a unique account for each site that you're trying to do, and it should stay free forever. So that's pretty much it.
Okay, awesome. So shall we get started?
Let's go ahead and get started.
Let's get started. Okay, so this is after the account was created, we signed into the dashboard. So this is the first thing that you should see after Amazon actually recognizes, or I should say AWS recognizes that you're like, hey, I need an account, right?
Yep. So yeah, this is after you've created the account, confirmed, done all of that. And you have access to the services too. It does take a little while for all the services to be available to you after creating your account. So that's why we skip creating that in this video. So we're logged in. In the upper left, let's go to services, and under compute, we're going to go to the EC2.
Awesome.
So now the very first time that you do this, you may get a message saying, hey, you still got to confirm your account or whatnot. That happened to us earlier. We just had to basically look at the things it wanted us to look at, and then we could access this. So
yeah, which I think one of them was just confirm your registration. So you just had to click a couple buttons and then confirm the credit card that you had to put on file when originally signing up for this account.
And that was about it.
Yep, and that was about it.
Cool. So here we are, EC2. We're going to go ahead and launch an instance. So using the blue button, let's go ahead and launch an instance. So again, we're going to be spinning up our own little server, and WordPress requires a couple things on that server. So in the marketplace, we can actually do this all at once. So AWS Marketplace on the left, and then go ahead and search for WordPress at the top. In all caps.
In all caps. I'm going to screen that.
So most likely the first one, we weren't the WordPress certified by Bitnami Automatic, and you can see it even says free tier eligible. So that's what we want to go ahead and select. It's being completely transparent about like what the costs are as you get to bigger, larger versions of the server. Again, I don't know why for a basic WordPress site you'd need anything more than the free tier.
And this is something that you can read through and see if it fits your needs. And if you need something larger, then cool.
Yeah, and honestly, that would be like if you were like a software company and you were doing like image collection and processing and databases. Like we literally just need a WordPress site.
Yeah.
So you can see right there, it's free tier eligible. This T2 Micro is what we want to choose. And then we should be able to hit review and launch. And from here, we should be good. We can always adjust the security groups and the tags and things later.
Okay, so much.
So now this is where it's going to be talking about a key pair. So a key pair is like a secret password that proves at the server level, it proves that you own this website. So you definitely want to generate a key pair. In our case, let's go ahead and make a new one. So you create a new key pair, and then let's call it like the bpro.events main site, because that's the site that we're going to be spinning up. Cool, and then go ahead and download this key pair. So you see there's a notice down that says you're not going to be able to download this file again once it's been created. So again, really super secure kind of stuff. So we're going to want to make sure that we take this file and save it locally, put it in the cloud, maybe put it on a thumb drive, like really make sure that we always have access to this.
Okay, which is this little guy down here.
You can generate new key pairs and change stuff at the server level, and it's a big headache. So anyway, we've done our key pair file, and we're actually going to need that for the next tutorial where we remove the Bitnami logo from the bottom. So now we just launch the instance. And there you go.
Awesome.
So our instances have been launched. So let's go ahead and go back to the services menu and look at EC2. So you can see now it's on the left we have the instances. Let's look at those specifically. And there you go. So you can see the one that is currently running here. So let's go ahead and update the name of this. So bpro.events. Cool. So that's the old terminated one. We're not worried about that one.
Nope. So gotta select.
Okay. So now you can see that there's that public IP to the right. So go ahead and copy that, and you'll see, and if we go to that in a new tab, you'll see there's our WordPress site.
Slowly internet.
Right? With our luck, the internet would crap out right about now. I really hope that's not what's happening. Because the instance is running.
Yes. Oh,
Did we internet? Did we internet fail? Did we grab the right IP address too?
let's double check. So I did the public IP.
Yeah. Oh, it's initializing. Duh. You see in the status check,
Oh.
it's initializing. So get a little ahead of ourselves. So let's give it a brief moment here. So
Okay.
So what have we done so far? So we've spun up our own little virtual server on Amazon, and it has WordPress installed on it and all the stuff under the hood that WordPress needs, like PHP and SQL. And now it's turning itself on. So it'll be live at this public IP address. So
what would the next steps be then?
so the next steps would be we're going to show you how to get logged into WordPress itself, which requires pulling the password from the system logs. So that would be the very next thing that we do, and then we will have completed our objective. We have a WordPress site live, and we can log into the back end, and then from there you can do whatever you want. And as I mentioned, there's going to be another tutorial after this where we remove that Bitnami, because remember Bitnami was they put together that WordPress package.
Yes.
They have a little logo at the bottom right that you can shut off using some CSS, but if you want to be a cool pro about it, you do it at the server level. So, okay, cool. So now,
So let's just make sure I have this copied.
see, so now that it's running, the checks it out.
So now we should get
WordPress.
ta-da!
And so you see in the lower right that Bitnami.
This little guy down
Yeah,
here.
that's what we're gonna get rid of at the server level, and that's why we need that key file.
Okay.
So
I'm just
the last step, I guess, is getting to log in.
We're gonna
so-
keep that open.
So let's go ahead and see if we can look at the server logs from here without shutting it down.
Okay.
So under the actions, yep, we're going to go to the image settings and then instance settings, sorry, then the system log. And there you go. Okay, so when you scroll down, and we should be able to scroll down. I won't expose the whole password because we got to scroll to the right. So this is all the stuff that happened at the server level. Look at all this computer science stuff that I've
all that initializing.
yeah, installing WordPress. Okay, keep going. It's really obvious to a human. Okay, yep. Keep going. Boom. Okay, a little more. So you see how it's setting the Bitnami
like
password.
box.
So don't scroll to the right yet because
Yes,
we're still
yes.
sharing our screen. But this is the password, and that's the user. So actually, go to here. Let's flip back to just our webcam for a brief moment.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and copy this password, and then that way we can log in and show the lovely viewers at home that this is working.
Oop. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties on this end.
Yeah, this is a gamer mouse, so it likes to double click when it's not supposed to. And then if you want to
just close that.
Yeah, that works. Close that Skype.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
close that out, and then let's share our screen again.
Switch back. All right, and then you come back over here.
So we've copied the password into our clipboard now, and so back on the site, you're going to go to /admin. And the username is typically user, it says in the little blurb. Paste that guy in there, and let's log in. And we might have copied it incorrectly.
All right, give me one moment here. Yes, I would. So we're not sharing our screen right now just because I'm going to grab that password and make sure that I have it.
So when we get logged in, we're actually going to do two things really quickly that are just really simple, and you may as well do them. And I'd recommend it for any WordPress site. What we're going to do is we are going to install a header and footer plugin, so that way you can set up your digital tracking easy back in the future. And then we're also going to plug in Elementor, which is a landing page and a page building software. And it doesn't look like it's pasting in right. Here, open up maybe a notepad and see if it's
okay.
Because maybe it's pasting from this. Yeah, see, that's way not. Okay. So we had the wrong thing in our clipboard, so let's fix that. You may have to right-click on the system log after highlighting it.
Oh, that's kind of dumb. So pro tip there, you might have to right-click because it does, as you saw, it looks like a bunch of just code.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try this one more time.
Okay, now are we showing our screen?
No, because I want to make sure this works. All right.
Okay, now
because then once you get in. Okay, so right clicking in this case, pro tip, definitely make sure you right click. Let's add you. All right, so now we are sharing our screen again. After you get logged in, this is what you're going to see. This is the WordPress dashboard, one of my favorite places to hang out.
So let's install those plugins real quick, and then we can end this tutorial, because we've gone again from nothing to here's a WordPress site that we can now start designing. So let's go to the plugins on the left.
This guy. All right.
And let's look at the installed plugins. And
I'm gonna close this guy.
Yeah.
That's just a little promotional thing.
And you can see it comes with some stuff available out of the box. We're going to go ahead and add a new plugin. So at the top there, yep, let's go ahead and add new. And we're going to search, and just search for insert header. Insert header. And it's going to be that first one, insert headers and footers. So we're going to want to install this because this is going to give you a place and then activate it. And I'll show you exactly what this does. So if you go to the, I believe the settings on the left, insert headers and footers, you can now put anything across your entire site, so tracking, scripts, things like that. So that's the first thing you want to do. We're going to add another plugin of Elementor. So yep, add new. Let's search for that. And Elementor Page Builder. And so this is a free drag and drop page builder, and I'm sure there's paid things for it, but let's go ahead and activate
It's
it.
very similar to Thrive and Thrive Themes if you've ever played with that before. It just is like a free version of it.
And if you've never played around with WordPress, it's a really great intro to like building pages and things like that.
Kind of
Okay,
like MySpace.
right. All right. So that's pretty much it. We've gone from nothing to
Having the
having a
basics,
website.
yeah, the basics of
Yep.
building a website. So from here in the next video, what will we be doing?
So in the next video, we're going to get rid of that Bitnami logo at the bottom. And we're going to do a separate tutorial because it actually requires taking that key file and converting it and then logging into the server. So it'll be a lot of fun. Your next steps from here is how do you get it, mywebsite.com to point to here. All you would need to do is go to where your domain is hosted, go into the DNS is what it's called, and there's the A record which points to the IP address of your site. So when someone goes to your website, the internet looks and says, okay, what's in your A record? Go to this number. So that's what you would do.
And if somebody is not familiar with any of those terms, is there a video or something on that?
Yeah, any place where you host your domain is going to have tutorials on how to adjust your DNS settings. So all you need to know is that adjust the A record in your DNS to point to that IP, and you're good.
Very cool. All right, well, I think that ends this tutorial, so have fun building your site, guys.
Go be pro.